What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cookline. I'm Charlie, and on today's episode, we're not on the Cookline. We're in the backyard because we're gonna grill up some pork belly to make sisig. Grab your knives, grab your cutting board. Let's get started. Here we are. For a sisig, I'm gonna use pork belly. You don't have to use pork belly. I like the fat content, and since we're gonna serve this on a sizzling platter, it'll continue to sizzle long after it leaves the heat. And I'm gonna do them about half an inch thick. Oh, like that. Like a really thick, nice slice of bacon. Now we've got our container of pork. Grab some sea salt. And then with your clean hand, just lightly season all of this pork. So now we got to clean and disinfect. Be mindful of where you put this container down because, as you saw earlier, I did have it on top of the pork. So wherever this goes down, disinfect and clean it as well. We're out here by the grill with our pork belly, and I'm gonna put this on our top grill right here. And I don't mind if they overlap a little bit. Yeah, so at this low temperature, the fat will render out slowly and deep fry our pork belly as it leaves. And that's kind of the texture we're going for before we start combining all of our elements for sisig. So I'm gonna let this grill for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna come back and check on it, flip them around, and then I'll just keep continuing that process until our pork belly is fully cooked. And we're inside, back on the cook line. While our pork belly is cooking outside, we're gonna prepare the vegetables and our sauce for the sisig. Red onion, our peppers, we got jalapeno, and fresno. You don't need both, you could just do jalapeno, you could just do fresno. I like the variety in color and taste. A little knob of ginger, and some fresh garlic. Moving that aside, let's talk about our hollandaise. Okay, so hollandaise, 2 eggs, our butter. Cool. You know what? I'm missing one more ingredient, a key ingredient, calamansi juice. I was looking for fresh calamansi, could not find it. I had to go with this 100% pure calamansi. And you know it's pure and there's no added sugar. If you look in the ingredients list, calamansi, puree, ingredient, puree calamansi. And you also gotta look at the carbs. If it's 0 grams, then you're for sure there's no sugar added. So this is just straight up calamansi juice. For starters, let's work on this red onion. I'm only gonna use half, but you really only need maybe a quarter of it. Okay, so when you dice an onion, there's this outdated technique where you cross slice it this way and then go vertically there. I think that's a waste of time and it's kind of dangerous. So what I do is I just cut globally along the round of this onion. And as I get to the side, notice how I turn my knife in the opposite direction. Then we go this way. And this ensures we've got nice even-sized dices of onion. Good. Grab me a bowl. Move this guy aside. Now let's work on our garlic. Nice rough chop of garlic. this aside. Now, our ginger. You can slice off the skin just like this. Get rid of the top just like that. Throw this into your compost. Or you can grab a spoon and peel it all off. Spoon method works great. After I peel this way, I'm going to show you how I peel with the spoon. And you just use the edge of your spoon to peel that skin off. This way is not as clean. It does make a little bit of a mess, but if you do it straight over a trash can, it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, now that we've got our ginger all cleaned up, we're going to slice them into little pieces just like this. Stack them all lengthwise. And this is actually enough ginger for our sisig. Then we're going to cut them into matchsticks. Line up our matchsticks. And dice them. Cool. So this, we can go ahead and add into our container of onion. Alright, so our peppers. I don't have any gloves, but if you have a pair of gloves, I suggest putting them on while you're preparing this. So you don't want to accidentally touch peppers, then touch your eyes. That'd be a bad time. I'm not even going to bring up the other body parts that you might touch. That could cause you great pain. Okay, so just going to roughly dice this. And then for our fresno, I'm just going to slice a couple thin slices for our garnish. Fresno, yeah, let's dice it as well. It's considering keeping it in its rings, but I think it'll look much nicer as a dice.
Our pork belly is done grilling. I got a couple flare-ups, handled it, but as you can see, some of our pieces did pick up a little bit of extra char. When we chop this up, I'm just gonna not include that in the pile. So I have varying pieces of doneness, like this guy right here is just straight up chicharron, whereas this guy back here is just fully cooked and not quite rendered as much as the others. But that was intentional. I want varying degrees of complexity and texture in the sisig, and that's one way to cheat it without adding different cuts of pork to this. Traditionally, we would add pig ears, but I can't get them right now, so we're just doing a straight up pork belly sisig. Alright, it's been a couple minutes and our pork belly has cooled down. So now we're going to take this opportunity to chop it into our little bits. If you have a cleaver, I suggest you use a cleaver. If not, then a regular kitchen chef's knife will work too. And I just roughly chop it just like this. They don't all have to be the exact same size. That'll give us a different texture while we're eating it. But we do want them to all be bite size. I'm just going to pile it in the center, give it a few rough chops. Nice. This is ready. So we've got varying sizes and pieces of pork here, and this is what we're looking for. Small pieces, medium pieces, larger pieces. And I'm going to take our pork belly, transfer it into a small container.
moving on, we're gonna work on our hollandaise. So what I've got here is butter that I set out to let get to room temperature. There's about a half cup. I'm just gonna drop the whole thing into our bowl, and then we're gonna microwave it until it's melted. I'd say about 30-45 seconds. Butter's back in the microwave, mostly melted. Let's set that off to the side for now. Got a mixing bowl, a whisk. We are going to prepare our hollandaise. Pour all that in there. Cool. Now we got 2 egg yolks. Separated our whites. Save this for breakfast tomorrow. So, I'm going to break up those yolks. Start to whisking. Now at this point, our yolks are fully broken down. It's ready for the double boiler. Just grab the camera and head over to the stove. Okay. Here at the stove, continue whisking our eggs. It looks a little bit lighter because I did decide to add some of the egg white back. It'll give us more sauce at the end of it. Who's not a fan of that? So, we've got a roaring boil. I'm actually turning our heat down to medium-low while we double boil the sauce. Alright, if the heat just gets out of control, pull your bowl off. Mix it just in the air so that you can get caught up. And then once you build up enough courage, back onto your double boiler. Off for a quick second while we prepare our eggs for poaching. I just cracked our 2 eggs into this bowl. So I do the egg swirl method. Swirl them real good. And then slowly drop our 2 eggs in there. So while that cooks, we're going to get back to our hollandaise. Okay. Now, we're going to slowly drizzle in a little bit of butter. Continue to whisk. Again, a little drizzle. We've done about 1 tablespoon so far, so we got 1 more to go. Here we go, our last tablespoon. Our hollandaise has thickened up. We have successfully combined our egg and butter. And now we're just going to continue mixing to allow it to cool down. Okay. Our eggs look done. So, have myself a little strainer here. On a plate with a paper towel. We're going to let that strain while we finish the rest of our sisig. And we're back. Our hollandaise is ready for its acid element. You can do lime, you can do lemon. Traditionally it's lemon. But we're going to do Calamansi. It's Filipino it up. And we're going to start with just a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Don't want to overpower it too much. Spoon, give it a taste. Nice. Okay, now let's put together our sisig. This one's a little janky, it broke a little bit, so the fire looks weird, but I promise you it's safe. Got myself a little cast iron here that I preheated. Starters, we're going to do a little dash of oil. Then we're going to grab our grilled pork belly. We're going to drop that in there. Still a little more, yeah? Cool. that's frying, we're going to add our garlic and ginger and continue stirring this. I made enough for 2 batches, so we'll keep a little bit on the side for later. Now we're going to add our chilies. I like mine spicy, so we're going with the whole thing. Okay, that's looking good. Last but not least, our red onion. Now, possibly one of the most important parts to sisig, for me at least, is our vinegar. I hit them with the cane vinegar, that's the key. About 1 tablespoon. That's a good signal. Nice, almost there. Now I'm going to prepare a couple garnishes. Some ginger. Of course, our chilies. And then I snipped some green onion from the garden. And this is just going to get a rough chop. So, I'm going to kill the heat. Give our sisig a little bit of Calamansi juice treatment. Stir that guy around. Cool. Now, of course, our hollandaise. Just like that. Grab your poached eggs. Right in the center. More hollandaise on top of that. Even more. Fresh ginger. Our chilies. And then a smattering of green onion. Yo, here it is, you guys. Let's dig into this. I can't wait. The pan's so hot. Yeah, it's so really hot. Got this. Okay, so for starters, you gotta pull out your phone and get that yolk porn and get it out on Instagram. So I'm gonna do just that. Bust out the phone. Oh yeah, perfectly runny yolks. Oh, that's nice. On top of the hollandaise sauce, we've got this natural sauce from the egg yolk coating every piece of crispy pork belly here. And thanks to our hot pan, cast iron pan, it kept everything nice and hot. First bite. So excited. Just really wish I had a beer right now. I didn't even cook any rice. But this is so good on its own. It really doesn't need much. The beer and rice would elevate the experience, but on its own, it's already pretty freaking bomb. So, let's dig in, take another bite. This time we're gonna get some egg, some chili, onion, garlic, ginger. Make sure it's all in there. That's so good. I gotta keep eating, but I'm not gonna torture you, so I'm gonna eat in private. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hook your boy up, like this video, maybe even hit the notification bell because I upload videos every Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you again for joining me on the Cookline. I hope to see you at the next video. Love you guys.